December 13, 2023. Superstar, Denver Economic Development and Opportunity by Marcus Giovanni. When you understand what superstar means in Denver Economic Development, I've been talking about it since 2011. I took every word that a politician, department heads would use in regards to my dream of building a super city international hub.com. So I'm going to go through it really quick. So here it is. I would have comprehensively reviewed the city growth plan to ensure that the development of the city and county of Denver and the Denver economic development opportunities that they claim are for everyone and it's only for a certain group of people. I'd have brought the hammer down on them and all those people would have been fired. They still kept their jobs. So then you go down to this lady, Adrena Gibson, superstar. Look what's missing. Folks, a young girl like that ain't going to beat the meta tags that I have and I have fought to build a better economic development and opportunities for the citizens of Denver. The government is not going to give you opportunity because they would have no opportunity to suppress you, to disenfranchise you. That's what's happening. When they talk about disenfranchise and, we need the fair elections so that, people that would normally not, this spin is ridiculous and it doesn't hold up. If I was in front of a judge, and I was, Andrew Luxon, I had filed 2 emergency hearings, January 30th. They didn't give me enough notice. gave me a notification. I went and filed another one on February 6th. Denver District Court 414. Judge Andrew Luxon. I used his experiences and I turned them into meta tags. And everything that he fought for, his whole career, I turned it into meta tags. And I wrote it in my complaint, and I wrote it some places code, predicting what they're going to do. And so it's weird because January 30th, I didn't get any notice. So I had to file another one. See, their thing was, by the time they give it to me, I wouldn't get, because February 6th is when they decided the ballot positioning for all the candidates. Like Lisa Calderon was number 1. They thought she had it in the bag, but she was the wrong attorney. They're perennial candidates. What they accused me of being, when I built all the platforms, I've got some platforms. They're going to bail Denver out instantly as soon as the citizens speak. I gave the opportunity to Mayor Michael Hancock, but he didn't want it. No, he's getting his 294, just like all the retired city council members. They're getting $94,000 as if they were still city council. Like that Charlie Brown in my district where I used to live. I had to move because Paul Cashman, that guy's meta tags is worthless, man. And look where he's sitting. Because that's what Denver does. They hire worthless people. I don't mean that to be condescending, but in the digital world, they're worthless. They have no equity. And the equity they're trying to get, they're stealing it from other people by their words. That's over. You can't do that no more, Paul. I got out of that one. And so, and I remember District 4, and Tony Pigford thought he was going to be mayor or run for my district. So he didn't realize, and I contacted him because I wanted to tell him some issues. He ignored me. I guarantee you, out of all the people, because I told him, you're going to ignore me? You'll never be mayor. You'll never be mayor, and you'll never be city council. And all the different city council and candidates jumping like Ian Tafoya thought he was actually going to be mayor. That guy plagiarizes every person he comes into contact with, but he doesn't do it right away. It depends. But he didn't do it right away with me. I had him on my radio show. I had Paul, who's that other person, ran for mayor. All you get out of him, Paul Fiorino. He tried calling me one day, disguising his voice. He didn't think I was going to, someone was saying that you're not saying my name right. Paul, is this you? Uh, Giovanni? Dude, are you calling me? Oh, I'm sorry, man. Someone was saying you're saying, dude, really? Come on my radio show. Brought his guitar, his harmonica, talked, I let him bloviate all about himself. Get it out, Paul, because you're just one lucky guy right now. Just want you to know that. So I let the wolf in the hen house, but there's no hen in there. It was just another wolf, a real wolf. And I'm not in no sheep clothing. I'm a wolf. But development opportunity. Denver Post. They don't want no opportunities. They want to keep Denver the way it is. I don't know why they hate Denver, but that cornucopia, the whole, all of them been indexed. And so what's happening is Denver's not buying any more advertising in Denver Post, especially if you're a company and you're tied in with this, then you're going to go in the dark web with them. So their IT people, all these people, they're yes men and women, tell them yes of everything we want to know, even if it should be don't do it or you need to get a hold of Giavanni. Look at here it is. Look. Home, how Denver economic development opportunity helps is creating an economy that works for everyone, except if your Marcus Giovanni. Here it is, missing. Boom. Have your IT people explain this to them, but they can't. It's better to go, oh, he's just using SEO, but I've never seen this before. That's because I got a Google dashboard, unlike anybody else. Some people have this. I've got other things, but I'm not showing you. That's what's on that one. But anyways, we won't talk about that. And see, all my stuff is in the cloud. So if somebody came in and stole all my computers, first of all, if they get them unplugged, that's it. We've lost all their data. So if they come in, they go, oh, I'm gonna go and download everything on here, and then I'm gonna erase it all. Go ahead. You think I'm stupid? It's all in the cloud. That's how all my stuff. That's how AI knows everything. And I have stuff in the cloud since 1995. Hello, McDenver, open up. It's the IRS and we're packing. Oh, that's the next story, folks. Look at this lady, Stephanie. Look, Google search her name and look at built nothing. They've never done anything. Their opportunity mission is leading a global business development. I own city and county of Denver.us. You can't get any more global than that. So when they spin words, what happens is, bam. But they're not spinning all the words that I need so that it will say must include Marcus Giovanni. See, they go short because they know. And they know. And that's it. Remax PA homes for sale. Pennsylvania? Really? Shreveport? This is what happens, folks. Other little cities that are doing what I'm saying to do, they're doing it. Because Denver is a city everybody looks to. And now they all know that they're a corrupt bunch of people, and Andrew Luxon gave them the blessing to continue their corruption, to break a law that a Democrat mayor, one of the best mayors in the world, Bill. I love him. There it's out. When I read his story and that he died of influenza, the 100-year flu, he wasn't able to carry out. I went to a funeral of buddies of mine, and I happened to stumble across his gravesite next to his wife. And he grabbed a hold of my soul and said, you better listen to me. Oh, whoa, big man, you got it, man. And here I am. Some people go, oh, that's just ridiculous. I've told the story to people. I've had them tell me, dude, that's ridiculous, man. That alone would not make me vote for you. Well, go ahead. I don't care. Listen. I didn't want to be mayor. You heard me? I didn't want to be mayor. I needed to be mayor, and I would have used artificial intelligence to put the best team Denver has, not this bloviated. So when you Google search Marcus Giovanni, and look what you see. You might not like everything you see, but I've been preparing for this for a very, very long time. I'd say since a long time. But when you're looking at these people that are claiming to be superstars and walking out with like Mayor Hancock, he is a decay mayor. I verified it. But you didn't hear it from Denver Post or Joe Rubino or Mike or Kavanaugh or Marcus uh, Denverite Marcus. Uh, MARKUS Ben Marcus at Ben Marcus at Rubino JC. Search those folks. We it hasn't even started. It hasn't even started. Do at sign believe Ian. They shut him down. Look how much money he got. And I ran. I didn't take that fair election. I'm not going to take people's hard-earned tax money and give it to me when I knew I wasn't going to get enough signatures to even be put on the ballot. So I'm going to bullshit everybody to give me money where they had no choice. I could have got money from anybody, but that's not what this was about. Because I didn't want to be mayor. Mine was about closure. It's about closure. About being able to look at the people that they have, telling everybody, creating an economy that works for everyone. Just not if you're a Republican, Independent, or Marcus Giovanni. Well, this lady, Google search her name. They're all talk. So now what happens? Everything they talk about, artificial intelligence will put the best person that can do what they're saying because they can't do what they say. They haven't been able to do what they say since 2011 when we officially indexed them in 2010. That's 13 years, folks. And we're not talking a week here, a month there, 5 months. We're talking 24/7, baby, 365 days a year. And that's why you see what you see. Marcus Giovanni, Marcus Giovanni. And see, my name ain't there. And we don't even know what this is. I don't click on stuff like this, especially when they got this. That's code right there to we're going to take your content from you. But people don't know that because Denver don't teach its children how to look for things. They just take from our kids. They take the kids from the families like they did to me. My ex bailed in 2001 after they took $13,300 from an account that I've already paid my child support. And then mom bailed for 10 years in 2011, 2012. I don't know for sure because I didn't ask. I followed my parenting plan. She was allowed to break it every single time. Why? Because her attorney was Karen Hubler, and then Karen Hubler became magistrate judge, taking over from the worthless Elizabeth Lay, who's now the probate lawyer. Both of those judges, they need to have every single case, whether it's probate, family law, they all need to be redone because they're both the most biased, fake, destructive women in the whole city and county of Denver. They have destroyed children like you don't even know. They've destroyed mothers that were having a bad time on drugs because they were single moms and they just couldn't cope by themselves because their men filled their heads full of crap that they're going to be there even when they break up and they leave because they found another girl and the other girl didn't want the mom or the kid around. And so the man, because he ain't going to get no, see, he's going to have to go and follow her demands and then ignore the son. And then the son doesn't have any type of uh, um, uh, father in his life. So he becomes uncontrollable. And this is the whole process of Denver. I've been here 17 years and I indexed the whole entire process so that I could put all these people in their place digitally. I don't have to write about it no more. It does it automatically. It started back 10 years ago because I was watching from 2007 when they started this with me. And I notified all the city council members that are now retired that didn't want to help me. So I just, okay, I'm gonna learn Google. I'm gonna raise my kids by myself. They took, all the checks that everybody got from COVID. They took all my money. So that's why I don't have a bank account. They took my driver's license away. Is this what you want me to tell you? You want me to bare my soul? And I'm still here telling Mayor Johnson that he's a waste of time and that he's going to get impeached. And that's the good news. Because 2.5 years, he's going to get impeached. 2.5 years. Because it's going to take 2 years to switch everything over so that the citizens run our government. And because it is the way it is, we created cityandcountyofdenver.com, cityandcountyofdenver.net, cityandcountyofdenver.org, cityandcountyofdenver.llc, cityandcountyofdenver.business, cityandcountyofdenver magazine.com. And so I have a trail based off of what they do. I get notified and then I videotape it. Now, I don't post everything publicly. I just do it for the cloud. So this way, when they start speaking, oh, do at Vibrant Denver. I don't do the obvious. I take over the handles and the hashtags and the Google operators, and I try to be compliant. I don't cuss anymore. I try not to, or I self bleep, and to make YouTube happy. Because, when you think about it, folks, I really don't like hearing bad language. I mean, like I went and talked to a bunch of Gen Zs, and girls calling each other uh, dudes, and calling guys "see you next Tuesday." When a girl calls you a "see you next Tuesday," oh my God. Oh, I heard these girls talking. I was going to get their signature. They were a little too busy, but I could hear them because where I was, their voice was echoing, and they were talking about this guy, and that he was a "see you next Tuesday." And when a girl calls a guy a bitch, oh God, man. And there's a lot of chicks, man. They're more manly than the women. I mean, excuse me, they're more manly than the men. Because in our schools, we've taught our men not to exercise. We taught our men not to play dodgeball, not to play tetherball. They removed all that. Now their next thing is to move football, so they can get them to play soccer. And so that's why you're seeing NFL players talking about soccer, and NFL players don't even know that they're being set up to get rid of the NFL because of the concussions and all that. And parents are there's some football players that are unbelievable talent, and their parents just kept them out of the game. And I knew in my school, so these are called meta tags of experiences, and this is what we use to build things. And when you think about this chick being a superstar, and you match my meta tags with hers, she can't even. That's why I'm here missing. The thing is, it should say add must include Marcus Giovanni. The reason why it's not there is my indicator bar is way high, because I don't want any misconstruing. I need to get to that level, and they're almost hitting it, folks. They're almost hitting it. And so my thing to tell Denver is we're all superstars, and that I created platforms that when the real leaders of Denver, when the citizens of Denver are tired of your property going down, or you're gonna run to somewhere else that's gonna be just like the place you ran from. It just won't hit you for a couple years, because that's what AI does. It says, "Oh, so you're gonna go ahead and bail the city that you destroyed, so you can protect your family and yourself for a long life." So what it does is when they Google search a place where they're going to move, artificial intelligence will give them the same place that doesn't show up because nobody wrote about it. They're not telling the truth. They're being like what ABC, CBS, NBC, Colorado Sun, Denver Right, all these same people, 501(c)(3)s, the IRS. I'm telling you, If they're going to go after Joe Biden's son, they're coming after you. We're talking about the 501(c)(3)s that have been taking money in Denver and pretending to be partisan. And yet, when people are having complaints, they go to, like, I went to some of these people and said, hey, look, do you know this is going on? Ignored me, laughed at me, and then went and told all their friends. And that's what we do. We look for those ones, those loose lips that sink ships. But see, these loose lips are going to sink a whole city and county um, government. And the thing is I already knew this 10 years ago. So I started buying all these apps, all these domains to protect the citizens from the tyranny and the suppression and the disenfranchised um, results that when you look at our elections, it tells you everything you need to know. When you look at the people that are on all the committees, it tells you all you need to know. And since John Murray, the Mr. Oh, I'm Denver, John Murray and Paul Rubino, when they're my age, they're going to be hating life unless they change. You got to protect Denver. You can't say you're going to protect it, and yet all your actions lead to failure, leads to enabling, and that's what Hancock is. That's what Hickenlooper. Hickenlooper, remember him? Rode in on a brown scooter, and he was took a shower in his clothes, and he was, oh, look at this guy. He actually took a shower. He jumped out of a plane. Didn't take much to fantasize Denver, and that's how Denver is. They go for the whimsical. They go for all the false hopes. They go for everything that enables all the things they promised to eliminate. And you can't be that person anymore on the internet. If you can't build, then AI will unbuild you, will erase you. See that movie, Erase? Ha! Folks, movies tell you a lot about a lot of these people in the movies that write these movies. And I could tell you a couple of them but I won't because I'm not going to let them know. But they're actually disciples of Nostradamus. I'm a disciple of Nostradamus. And see, people laugh. I mean, see, we need that laughter. We need those one guys. Oh, look, guy thinks he's a disciple of Nostradamus and he can't even spell. He spells things backwards. They have no clue that that I'm chronic dyslexic and ADHD chronic. So you can give me 100 handlers, buddy, and I'll be able to keep them busy while they keep me busy. You can give me 1,000 handlers. I manage 80 platforms right now. 80. So when these people come out and they start talking about how, oh, look at her, what's she talking about? What does she do? Did she ever own a nightclub? Did she ever sing in a band? Did she ever write music that got published? Did she ever do anything on her own without having to be paid to do it? That's organic. And that's where we come in. I'm organic, folks. Nobody pays me. I run my elections and I stay fast. I don't go and endorse anybody so I can get a job for the city. Now, moving forward to 2023, I knew that um, Mike Johnson was going to be mayor. Unequivocally, I could have went and made a bet on it and I would have made a lot of money, but I can't use those powers for that type of windfall. Or I'd be betting on all the Super Bowl games and I'd be a millionaire just off that. I got a song coming out. It's a SuperBowlSong.com. We haven't made the title yet. I think I got what we're going to do. But anyways, Vance Vision is the featured artist on that song. And so I kind of have the indicators like my music, it's never going to be big because I go after ABC, CBS, Denver Post, all of them. Because I don't need to make money like that off slime balls that who are pretending to be something they're not and they've been digitized. And so now all the general sales managers, anybody that makes that money, all of the hosts talking on these FCC regulated broadcasting networks, their voices are all indexed and it's all pattern matched to who they are on their emails. So if they're saying we're the fighter for a community, And yet everything they've ever done, or we are non-political, and everything they've done has been partisanship. All their social channels and their followers are all partisanship. And every story that they do, they have a mixture where we can, you can write things without letting, where it doesn't sound like it's condescending, but it is. And that's what these people do. So when you're thinking about transportation and construction, girl, that's what they do. When this woman here should have been at least 60, so that the meta tags, so her meta tags will beat the next city over meta tags. Because what happens is Google looks for the person that has the most experience, the most merits, the most abilities to do what they say they're going to do. And then when they can't, then what happens? This is what millennials and Gen Zs are learning, and their kids, that the end user controls everything on the internet in their own metaverses. You reap what you sow. Like me, I reap all this content in my Durango Dank and Vitruvian Man music, because I concentrate on it's more important for me to save the citizens of Denver from itself with a corrupt, illegitimate government like the attorney Mike Johnston. That holds a lot of water, folks, because he has a fiduciary legal duty. You hear all these financial companies saying we have a fiduciary duty. They all have a fiduciary duty, but now one's talking about it, and oh, he's got a fiduciary. Look it up. Everybody has a fiduciary duty to put the city and county of Denver back on track with the Spear Amendment. Every citizen of Denver has a fiduciary duty for representing their own self worth. I mean, that's crazy, folks. But after 20 years of enabling from Mayor Hancock to decay mayor, like Mayor Webb, how would you like to be him? Realize that nobody cares what you think. Nobody jumps through hoops when you tell them to. Just like what you did, Mayor Webb, to Robert W. Spears, so is happening to you. The thing is, you're alive to be able to stop it, and you're that ignorant to where you won't. And it hurts your feelings. Even your own brother tried to stop you. So it's crazy. And then you got your daughter, Stephanie O'Malley, up there at the Denver University, telling everybody that we're a nonpartisan government, and that people can be part of a party, and it's complete lies. And so it was settled on February 6th in courtroom 414, Andrew Luxon, when Michelle Horn said, "We haven't enforced that law in years." And my whole complaint was, they've been manipulating a law that nobody talks about, until Michelle Horn admitted. Not only did she admit there was a law, but they haven't followed the law that allows them to stay in power to keep us all in the promise to eradicate, only to enable us into a city of decay and not the city beautiful that we're meant to be. And so all the citizens of Denver are going to reap what we sow. See, I didn't vote either, but I can't. I have to stay neutral. I can't go and tell everybody, yeah, I'm doing, don't, and then I'm going to vote. I voted the last time a few years ago, and then I got the notice that I can't vote anymore. To stay pure, you can't vote. So all those journalists, here's the funny thing: if they voted, and they voted for the uh, the party that they're trying to influence through their content peddling, you hear me? They are, but it doesn't come right away. So what happens is, when they get noticed, they become more emboldened, where they start writing stuff. Oh yeah, well, I'm going to show him I'm John Murray. John Murray. When I first met him, I thought, okay. Then I shook his hand. It was like a fish. It was like a fish handshake, like just no handshake of a grip. See, he shakes like he's from Chihuahua, Mexico. See, in Chihuahua, Mexico, the best place in the world, the best cowboys in the world come out of Chihuahua, Mexico. They're unequivocally. I used to watch bullfighting when I was a kid on TV. Who can say that? Can this lady say that? Did she watch bullfighting on TV when she was a little kid? Did these people, did this woman here watch bullfighting? The answer, ancient astronaut theorist, yes, they weren't alive. Anyways, um, Denver's got an opportunity. I've got the platforms. I'm waiting for the smartest people in the world to contact me so that you can make it into reality. Because what's going to happen is new money's coming to Denver, new money, because now they're writing everything based off of what Andrew Luxon did, and based off artificial intelligence and all the laws that the city council and that worthless DeSantis, he's worthless, man. Great guy, army veteran, okay. Just because you're an army veteran doesn't make you God. Doesn't make you any more superior than any other individual. In fact, when you go into the civilian life, you have no rankings at all, just that you're a veteran. And veterans have done some pretty horrible things, man. Okay, they've killed people. Post traumatic stress, PDS. So it can go on and on. But when the people that are leading are taking Denver down a dark path, and citizens better wake up, because there's going to be someone else there that's going to put themselves in place when all the shareholders of all these companies realize that they've been lied to for 60 years. Just the media in Denver. I can only talk about the media in Denver because even though we are a consolidated government, we're non-political. And I got it from a 2017 city charter book. And I took a picture of it and I put it into the on the internet. I digitized it myself since John Murray, Denver Post, the Colorado Sun, uh, the Colorado Newsline. When you look at all those people, okay, Joey Bunch and all those writers, those award-winning journalists giving themselves their own awards by the certain people, giving the old awards. When you're getting awards by the same people that are destroying the city they live in by being a kleptocratic government, and we're kleptocracy. It's amazing. I took it through the three stages, and I used all their nonpartisan the way it was, and then when I call up Hancock and I send the mayor's emails that they think they don't have to answer, just like the last email that I was showing some law enforcement people in regards to how it works, and that when I sent um, Mayor, sorry, I'm reading something, Mike Johnston, when I sent him an email, an inquiry about meeting with him, and the people that I put inside the email, the chief of police, the sheriff, they needed to be there. But see, they couldn't have me there because they didn't know what was going to come out of my mouth. And so that is where we're at, folks. And only when the citizens of Denver, the police, the sheriff, the city attorneys, all your voices are being indexed. You can't run, you can't hide, your badge ain't gonna save you. And in fact, when we get other governments back on track, when the departments of federal start realizing about where the money comes and how Andrew Luxon sealed the fate for everybody in Denver that's taken the narrative that we're nonpartisan, just don't get mad at me.